Alrighty, so welcome back again to the Dr. Ollie Show. Right before we went off to break, we were asking a number of different questions, and we were about to get ready to go to another level. And I felt like it was time to take a break for a moment. So we are back once again, and we have content creators on to my right here, and then we have two individuals that had a number of different questions that are somewhat, we would say, pretty much they've kind of made it known that they're against it. And so we just want to be able to just get really an understanding on why this right here has become something that is so popular and why people do what they do. And so one of the questions that I wanted to be able to pick back up with is, let's say, for example, we have an individual that has made a decision that they wanted to become a content creator, and let's say they approach you with it. How do you address that right there? What do you tell them? I mean, what are your thoughts about it?
Ideally, find your market and appeal to that. So whatever it is that you are into,
Hmm.
lean into it because your joy is going to translate to film and the camera. So
Yeah.
whatever it is that you're into, if you want to do it solo or find other people that are into it and film it and capture it and record it, put it online.
And you're also creating a character.
Okay.
This is 1000% you have a character, and that's what you're building is this character. I have friends that are internationally famous now
Mm.
that have built a character, and
Through
there's
just
Through
content creation.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely
Through
you're
like
building a brand for your
through what
business
websites?
through OnlyFans, just for fans, uh, everything, and they also do studio porn as well.
Hmm.
And so it's building a brand. You are your brand for your business.
and then there's also outside of porn, you get booked for parties. You like
Really?
go and
Oh, so you make appearances and
Hmm.
things?
Yes.
Oh,
appearances.
so it's like you guys can be like future celebrities with all of this.
Someday you
Yes.
could.
In
That's the goal.
DFW area, being
And
here.
and beyond. Like I've already been flown to San Francisco to be at a couple of events,
Okay.
and then as well as doing another one in Fort Lauderdale.
Really. Okay. So this is much bigger than what I've known for it to be, and I guess just
Mhm.
because of the fact that I haven't been educated until now so much on. I've done a show once before, as far as with it, but this show right here is giving me a lot more meat of substance as far as with why you guys actually do what you do. And so we was on break just a moment ago, and during the break, somebody, I don't remember who it was, that was talking and had made a statement as far as about you guys being together and everything. So I wanted to ask the question. So are you guys just together, or are you okay as far as with seeing other people, or how does that right there really work being a content creator? Because it seemed like as if that you would get a lot of attention from as far as your peers.
Yes. So we are in a relationship together.
Okay.
We are in a polyamorous open relationship. So
Okay.
I have another boyfriend, myself, who lives in Canada.
Okay. How often you get to see him?
Actually, fairly often. He actually was just here last week, and
Wow.
he is coming. He's left this week, and he'll be back next week.
Okay. Okay.
He works remotely, so he can fly in and out all the time.
Okay. And the same goes for you as far as
So Tony is my boyfriend,
okay.
and then he has another boyfriend named Andy.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that love has no
Okay.
bounds. I know that there are some people who believe that love should just be between one and one person, and
Yeah.
you should, like a lot of people in society, think that that one person
Should be it
should
forever.
be forever, and they should satisfy all your needs for the
Hmm.
rest of your life. I don't prescribe to that belief whatsoever. I am a very sexually, just like my partner, I'm very sexually free. I am very sexually open, and I am like a lot of different things. There are things that I like that he does not like, and there are
Yeah.
things that he likes that I do not like.
Okay.
And so we are able to, and we know that ultimately it is just sex. And I know that for there is a difference between men and women
Hmm.
as far as sexual compatibility needs and wants. And I just don't feel the need, or I am definitely able to personally disconnect sex from love.
Mm.
Absolutely. Um,
Okay.
I was attracted to him, obviously, for a reason. He has an aesthetic that I am attracted to.
Hmm.
Why would I believe that this man who works so hard on his body all the time would not be, other people would not be attracted to him as well? So
So your acceptance, you're just saying you're open as far as with that right there,
Absolutely.
and there's no type of animosity or anything that's coming against this right here.
No.
No.
Okay, okay, I see what you're saying. That makes sense, right? See, you guys, okay. But another question that our viewers did want me to make sure, because as you can see, I have just a list of questions that our viewers, when we put out the topic that this right here was going to be something that we were going to discuss, then I started getting all different type of questions. Hey, ask them this, ask them this, and so one of the ones that was sent out to me to be able to ask you guys about was when you made a statement about as far as on the financial side, how much can one really make as far as that doing something like this right here?
Honestly, the sky's the limit, really.
Okay.
I have,
Just because it's like a sales job.
yeah,
Okay.
it's ultimately it's how you market yourself and how much content you have,
Mm-hmm.
how much of a need there is, how much of a want you create for yourself.
Yeah.
I have friends that are already up six figures, 200,000s, whatever, a year,
Oh, wow. Okay.
just doing content creation alone, and
Wow.
that's all they do.
Okay. Okay. And Miss Donna, what do you do for a living?
Oh, let's see. I'm an Uber driver. I've acted in independent movies.
Okay. And these people are making more than Uber drivers.
Uh-huh. And look what they're doing to do it. It's disgusting on too many levels.
What she really want to say, she hoped that nothing falls off, and nothing.
No, it's well, number one, it'd be a shame if y'all got sick, somebody got sick, got a gift
Yes.
that kept on giving. But find something else to do. I myself, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are not interested in seeing it. They don't even want to see. If it comes up on my screen on any social media platform, that quickly it gets blocked. I don't want to see it. There's a lot of people out there. I don't care how many safeguards you put out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a glitch somewhere, and it's gonna leak out, and there's gonna be. If you, I know you say you didn't have any kids,
Mhm.
you got nieces or nephews. You want them
Nope.
seeing this stuff? 5, 6 years old? I don't think so.
He's an only child, and I have one brother who doesn't want kids either, so we're good.
Well, that's great, but
It is.
what about all the little kids out there that might end up seeing a little bit of this?
That's up for them to discuss with their parents.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be available to
So
even.
you're talking about the entire porn industry in general.
Yeah, she's like, it's
So just not
just
content create, but porn, because porn is freely accessible online.
It
You don't
doesn't.
have to
It
pay for
doesn't
it.
need to be there. It does not
So
need
that's
to
something
be.
that you should
People
probably
don't
write your
need to see
congressman
that.
about.
yeah, because like I mean, I'm not a content creator, but I would want to know like how would you put it into something that is like any billion-dollar industry, just like with the pharmaceutical companies, and we talk about okay, there's a cure for cancer. We've heard all of these different things,
Hmm.
but at the same time, they're not going to release it because why? There's so much money that's being made off of the radiation, the chemo. So if there's a lot of
When the silent majority finally wakes up and decides that
okay,
we're not going to deal with all these little things going on that we're
mm-hmm,
accepting now,
mm-hmm,
money business that y'all are doing right now is going to dry up that quick. You're going to have to think about what else you're going to be able to do
All right. Well, then
because
let's.
the fascination's going to disappear.
No.
Sex is
Sorry.
the oldest business
I
on this
said the
planet.
fascination of
Right.
watching something is going to disappear.
It is the let's be real honest here. Sex is the oldest. Uh, the having sex for barter for whatever reason, sex work period
mm-hmm.
is the oldest work. Like
It's the oldest profession, is
in
what
the
you're trying
world.
to say.
Yes, thank you. It's the oldest profession in the world.
Okay.
It's not going anywhere. To be honest, I feel like if the government would just legalize it and tax it and protect people and actually give
Like prostitution,
like
like
Yes.
just say it's
Yes,
okay,
prostitution.
then
Yes.
we would be
it would be a lot better place. There's a lot of violence that happens to women in particular
Uh-huh.
who are sex workers who can't go
Yeah.
to the police.
yeah.
There was a trans woman who was engaged in sex work, and a man pulled a gun on her. She wrestled the gun away from him.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up shooting him and killing him. She is now in prison for
Mm-hmm.
murder,
Yeah.
even though she was protecting herself.
Yeah.
Because In the state that she was in, I believe it was Florida,
Okay.
if you were engaged in an illegal behavior, period, then you are automatically guilty of everything.
Okay.
So, again, if someone, I feel like if they would legalize it and actually protect people, it would be a lot safer for a lot of people. I can protect myself.
So,
He can protect himself.
mhm.
We're not worried about someone coming after us because we can protect ourselves, and we also put safeguards in place to protect
But you're
ourselves.
just saying, like, if you have a little young woman that, is, we'll just say mid-20s or something, and this is her way of making a living, who may not be able to. And I guess,
And while some people don't agree with it,
okay.
there are people who do this to survive, to put food on their table,
Hmm.
to feed their children, because that's the oldest profession on the books. Again,
And probably the fastest way
yep.
that they would
Very
be able
fast
to
way.
actually make money. Because what would you say the most amount that you guys have actually been able to make within a month, if you don't mind sharing?
Because this is not my full-time gig,
Okay.
probably within a month, 5,000.
$5,000. Wow.
And that's only working 2 days a week,
Ooh, okay.
if
Okay.
that.
So you're saying if you really put in more energy, you could be able to get this to what, double that easily?
Easily.
I have a
Yes.
friend
Okay.
who, again, I'll go back to it. The person that is internationally famous now just got off a European tour.
Yeah.
Um, he, OnlyFans went through this uprising on itself, and they cracked down on a lot of their performers, even though sex workers are who built that platform.
Hmm.
Um, he, because he is in the more extreme things, an extreme side of sex, they eliminated his account.
Okay.
Just deleted it. There was no questions, nothing.
Okay.
And he was bringing upwards of $15,000 a month just
Mm.
from subscribers on one platform, and he is on 7 platforms.
Okay.
Not to mention all of his personal appearances and everything else he does.
So I know because of the fact that you guys are, I feel like, further along than what I'm about to get ready to call out. I was going to say, you guys are okay, even when it comes down to, because, Dallas had put out as far as they was trying to pass a law where, they were going to shut down all nightclubs and business, things like that after 2 a.m. That was about maybe a year ago. I don't think it passed at that particular time, but that, played in a big part with like strip clubs and all of that. Are you familiar with what happened? Okay. So my thing is, you're for, like, as far as strippers and things like that, right? Would you put you in the same category or two different categories when it comes down to that? I mean, I don't know if either one of you have ever been a stripper or anything, but I'm just asking, would you put it in the same category or two different ones because you're using your body to be able to make money?
I think it's probably a larger umbrella category, but I wouldn't put the exact same because with sex work you're actually having sex,
Okay.
and strippers are just dancing
Dancing. Okay.
for money.
Okay. So when it comes
It's
down
no
to,
different. Strippers, in that sense, would be no different than a ballet dancer. They're using their body, they're dancing, and they're getting paid for it.
so Miss Donna or either Daria, would you either one of you say that being as far as we'll just say a dancer or entertainer like that, even if they are stripping for money, is better than doing something like that? Because that's another question that our viewers had asked me.
No, I would put that on the same level. It's
Everything is the same.
Still,
Everything's the same.
Yeah,
still wrong.
I would have to
And you
agree.
mentioned ballet dancer. A ballet dancer doesn't get out there and twirl around and lose her clothes as she goes.
Yeah, I
It
would have to.
doesn't.
I would definitely have to agree with Ms. Donna. I'm on all grades of level. It's just distasteful in what we're living in today. You know,
So again, we're back to because your morals.
no, I look at, but you wouldn't understand how where I'm coming from. You have no children.
Okay. So what I said was that again with Christians, you feel
We're
that
not even going
your
to talk about Christianity. We're not going to talk
You
about
want to bring
religion.
that in
But
there?
that's
We're not
where your
talking
morals
wanna
are
bring
coming
that in
from.
there?
Come from.
Okay,
No, I'm not
morals
talking
and
about-
values of Christianity. Yes, it is one man and one woman, and it's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
for the entirety of the life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now, there are things that come up, it's divorce and stuff like that, because one partner or the other can't seem to keep their body to themselves.
Mhm.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Mhm. It's supposed.
So
It's supposed to be.
Who says?
So,
Who?
if you're talking about, and as I said earlier,
Mhm.
everybody has the right
Mhm.
and the opportunity to ruin their own life the way they choose.
Mhm.
If you want to do whatever it is that y'all are doing behind closed doors, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't put it out there where I even have to see that much of it. I shouldn't have to even worry about blocking it. Okay? Yes, God says that's wrong. Okay? You're not supposed to be doing all these things. Okay? You're going to do it? It's your choice. It's your.
Which God are we talking about?
Which God?
Because there are millions throughout
Wow.
human
There's
history.
one God.
There's
Says who?
Jesus, there's God, there's Buddha, there's. I mean, let's.
Shiva, Krishna,
No, there's God,
et
the
cetera, et
Father
cetera, et
Almighty,
cetera.
that lives in heaven, and His
Is this
Son
the
Jesus
Catholic
Christ.
God,
Or is it the Pentecostal
or is
God?
it the Baptist God?
Which God is this?
Which
Which one
God
are we
is
talking
There is
about?
one God, and that's all.
So one God to
Amen.
rule them all, like one ring?
Amen. We
And Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life,
come
and you
on,
come to the
sister.
Father by me. If you don't come through me,
So
then you
so
ain't
is
going to be there.
Jesus a God too, or is he, what is he?
We're going to get into this.
Well, I'm curious now. I'm just
God
curious.
manifests
we
himself
don't.
in three different ways. It's triune God. There's God the Father, God the Son, and God
God
the
the
Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Spirit.
That
God the
sounds a
Holy
lot
Spirit lives
like,
in your conscience, in your heart, and Jesus lives in your heart. Okay?
that
It's
sounds
very
a lot like
simple.
a pagan
And if you
God who
don't have the
manifests
right,
herself in three ways too. I wonder that Christians steal that.
no, they didn't steal that.
They stole a lot of things.
No.
Okay, so we have.
So
we-
beyond that, as I said, it is wrong.
Okay.
My morals and my values tell me that
Which
it
is what I said earlier.
it
your
is
morals.
wrong.
Your
Your
morals.
morals and values are different.
Correct.
However, you want to do what you're going to do, keep it behind closed doors because I don't want to see it.
Because
So
your
that's
morals.
right.
'Cause
So
I shouldn't have
your
to see it.
moral then close your eyes.
I should
Your
ha-
morals should not dictate how we live our lives.
Exactly.
and your morals
That's right. Because at
shouldn't
the end of
creep
the day,
out, so
you'll
I
have
have
stand
to
before
cut
you
it
have to
off.
stand before.
Sorry,
Exactly.
there's two
Come to
people
John.
talking.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I realize you have your morals and your values.
Mm-hmm.
I have my morals and values. I understand that they differ. However, keep it behind. I shouldn't have to be prepared to block something that I don't want to see in the first place. So find a way, if you're going to do all this mess, find a way to, if you're going to have people that email you and say, make a movie on a CD or a DVD and send it to them. Don't put it out there on
That's cost prohibitive.
Right.
that.
First
Is,
of all,
you know what? It'll save me the hassle from having to
I
block
I
it.
also don't want to see ads from the NRA and ban abortion clinics and all this other stuff, but they come
And
up on
also,
my
and then
feed.
also, if we're gonna,
We're opening the door.
we've
Yes.
opened the door. We'll walk through the doorway.
All right.
Christians come to my door.
Walk up.
Literally,
Okay.
come to my door.
They're coming to save you.
They come to save me. The
Okay.
the Jehovah Witnesses,
The
they come to the
Mormons.
door because they feel like it's their job to save me when I don't want that.
Okay.
Okay.
So how do we block them?
Okay. So
I'm sorry, how do you block them?
Yes.
You say, thank you very much for the information,
Exactly.
and you shut the door.
So you click the little button and the little ad goes away. That's how you do it.
However, them ads you mentioned
okay.
are not controversial ads.
Okay.
Well, to some, especially for
Yeah. So it has gotten very interesting because of the fact that we've opened multiple doors
Yes.
now.
sure.
And
I-
walk in it.
and yes, and I
Pandora's
understand, and I
box
mean,
is open.
and with the direction we're going in, I mean, we would probably be here for another few hours, and because we know for a fact that there are some things that we are going to have to get to a point where we're going to agree to disagree
Correct.
on because of the fact of background or just decisions to be able to move forward in the future, all of that right there. So what I want to do currently right now, we may have to go to a part two, I don't know. But I want to thank all of you for being able to come to the show, just to be able to share your personal opinions as far as why you do what you do, being able to help, be able to educate us on all of this right here. I think that you did answer a number of the different questions. Just that our viewers did want to be able to hear about, and so I appreciate that right there. At the same time, we have to understand that like you stated just a moment ago, that we're going to have to let people be able to live their lives and be who they are with all of this right here. And so At this particular time, we are going to go ahead and we're going to wrap the show up for now. Don't be surprised if you hear back from us again that we want to see about, doing a part two from this right here, because I feel like as if that education is something that we can never stop learning. That's what I definitely
Agreed.
want to put that out there.
Absolutely.
We can never stop learning. And so I'm going to conclude here by saying we're all human. And at this particular point, we're going to continue to talk. Let's continue to listen and never stop loving.